Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
And now Siena game with a record of 5 losses with a 2-6 back. Here is the starting lineup. And guard, the 6'4" junior from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, number 12, Williams. And guard, and lower 6'4" junior from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 24, that's number 68 junior from Warren, Michigan, number 34,
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Don Riddler Fieldhouse here on the campus of Lawrence Tech University for today's Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference men's basketball matchup between your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils and the Siena Heights Saints. I'm Alex Johnson, along with my partner here this afternoon, Kadarius Flowers. And Kadarius, we're going to be in for a good one here today as the Blue Devils are coming off an upset win on the road at Madonna in overtime. Looking to get another one here today against a very good Siena Heights team right now.
And they're a very athletic team. They like to get up and down very quick. I had a talk with Coach Pickens this week, and he said that's the number one thing we have to be ready for. That and understanding how to defend the ball screens that they're going to have. Starts off with a hook shot by Gunnar Gustafson, who was just recognized before the game. Scored his 1,000th career point and 100th career block against Madonna Wednesday night. And that's getting that recognition before the game. And that's one matchup I'm really looking at today. Gunnar and Mohamed Zoure, this is going to be a really good matchup because both of them are about the same size. They're both physical centers. So three by Gonzalez. We got a hand in there by Delano Williams. Blue Devils will get 15 on the shot clock a minute into this contest. Here comes Andrew Rim, step back, fires three, off. Gustafson with the board. And it looks like they got a jump ball. The official thought he was going to pull up a foul. Looked like they were going to call a foul. It's going to stay with LTU. Siena Heights won the opening jump. And on that right there, they got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. That's already a good sign to start the game.
They'll be able to crash the offensive glass to get second chance points. And we got stoppage by the official.
I'm not even sure what was called right there.
So we're checking the shot clock. It's at 8 right now. Like I said, Kaderis, Blue Devils got off a huge win Wednesday night against Receiving Votes Madonna out in Livonia. It's a 73-67 win for them, led by Blake Lund, who really got the Blue Devils going very late in that contest. He's in the starting lineup today. Andrew Wren also had a good performance as well. He's leading the entire WAC with leaders in points and averaging about 20 points a game. So they've reset the shot clock to 15. Gustafson with the hook shot.
And once again, that's a matchup, like I said, I'm looking for all day. Both of these guys really can get a double-double, and Mohamed Zure is coming off a great season last year, leading the nation in blocks, being a first-team all-defensive player in community college. He is a great player.
He's the transfer from Oakland Community College. You mentioned Kadarius. He's looking to be a key player. He had 36 against U of M Dearborn in his first game, as that was off the glass by Andrew Wren for his first basket of the day. The Blue Devils off to a 6-0 start.
This team can really get going early, especially with other shooters on the court. They have Blake Lund in the offensive starting position, and he can really fill it up, shooting 38% this season from three.
That's something to keep an eye on as the Saints have it. Curtis Spell, one of the key players from last season. In a tight corner here with Jonas Tester. Driving down to the hoop is Devin Walker, and they call a foul just as the shot clock expires.
I really like the defense that LTU has been playing so far, though. They've really kept them from being able to score a bucket, and on that one right there, that was really good defense. They just ended up having a foul right there at the last second.
Yeah, and very unfortunate as Devin Walker goes to the line. He's a sophomore 6'2" guard from Detroit Martin Luther King High School. He was a key player off the bench last season for the Saints. And looking at his stat line, he's averaging about 12 points a game, shooting about 25% from deep as he misses both free throws. That's something you see from him, shooting over 76% from the charity stripe. Well, the Blue Devils will take over. Gonzalez kicks it out to Isaiah Cumberland, wide open for three. Gonzalez gets the board, though, off the Cumberland miss. Gonzalez on Delano Williams, one of the new faces for the Saints, fades away and gets the deuce and enforces a Siena Heights Saints timeout. Just 3 minutes into the contest, 8-0 LTU lead early.
I like how he got that rebound, got the ball back from Andrew Wren, and went right into scores mode. And he made them force that timeout because now it's an 8-0 lead, and you don't really want to let LTU keep cooking.
Yeah, Gonzalez had that difficult shot. He's one of the new faces coming in this season. We're talking with Coach Pickens later yesterday and earlier in the season. He was going to be a key piece down low, key presence, and looking to be a key scorer. He's done really well for the first 2 minutes, and it's been a big reason why his team is up early on here. So we'll see what the Saints do coming off the timeout. They're coming off a 106-98 victory over U of M Dearborn Wednesday night. Delano Williams misses that one from the right elbow.
A matchup I'm really also looking at is Isaiah Cumberland guarding Delano Williams. Isaiah can really play defense. He's a switch defender. He can guard mostly every position out on the floor. And with Delano Williams being maybe the top scorer on this team, you know, you really have to find some way to slow him down.
Looking at that play, Cumberland was thinking about going for the dunk, decided not to, kind of hesitated on what he wanted to do on that play. The Blue Devils will keep it, though, with 12 on the shot clock. 16 and 23 to go in the half. Gustafson taking it to the hoop. Off the backboard, and gets it in. That's 6 quick points for Gunnar Gustafson. And it's a 10-0 lead early on for the Blue Devils.
And that's something they really need. They need him to be able to get going early, especially with his matchup, being able to fill up as much as he can.
He stepped out of bounds, trying to get the steal as a key hustle play, though. As you take a look at Gustafson, the 6'7" senior forward from Milford, averaging about 12 points a game. He had 10 points against Madonna and 8 rebounds, as well as that block, like we mentioned.
And even on the season, he's only averaging about 12 and 7. He can really pick up a double-double quick.
He's had that specialty. He's had a couple of those this season early on. The Saints have 10 to work with. Here comes Zure out to Walker. Now out to Curtis Bell, 2 to shoot. Got to put one up. Just as the shot clock expired, that would have counted. They get it back. That 3 is missed from the wing by TJ Hallett.
I really credit the defense that LTU is playing right now. They have really got them to still go without a point yet.
Well, fadeaway by Shamar Matthews is off. Nathaniel Ward in the game. He gets the offensive board. He's been another key player, new face this season. We'll talk about him more in a second. Matthews to Gustafson, a lot of contact, no whistle. Walker goes right to Cumberland. Ward has it, going up, gets it blocked by Zure, but a foul's called.
One big statistic I already want to point out this early in the game. They're already beating them on the boards, 12 rebounds to 1, and 6 of those are offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's a key statistic, Kadarius, is battling on the boards, getting those second chance opportunities. And when you're able to gain possession like that, puts you in a good position to win. As Ward gets the first free throw, able to get both to go down. And it's going to be another Saints timeout, down a dozen. So approaching 5 minutes into this first half. And couldn't ask for a better start if you're LTU.
100%. And as of right now, SHU is shooting 0 for 6 from the field. They really need to get some points on the board. They don't want this to become a game where they get down 20 very early in the half.
Yeah, they're, like I mentioned, coming off the win, having some energy back, having some momentum back on their side against U of M Dearborn in that high-scoring game. But look at it right now. When you get down early on and you haven't scored within the first 5 minutes, you're trying to get out of this. So you want to be able to take it one possession at a time. If you're the Saints, you're the Blue Devils. This is, like I said, a perfect start you could have asked for. Want to be able to keep up to that pace and not take their foot off the gas.
I think one big thing for SHU right now is they can't come out and start forcing shots. They cannot force their shots because the more you force shots, the more you're going to keep missing. And then it's going to be points that are going to go the other way off long rebounds or anything like that.
We'll see what they do off the timeout. 2 quick timeouts early on used by head coach Joseph Pachoda of the Saints. And a lay-in by Davin Walker to get the Saints on the board. It's now a 12-2 game. 14:40 to go here in this first half of play here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Shamar Matthews. So back to Cumberland, moving around the horn. Gustafson has it. Sana Sisawa in the game, misses from deep. Cumberland lost the rebound, goes into the hand of Walker. Shure gets the screen by for him. Walker lost his dribble, needs help. Moving around. Down low to Zure on Gustafson, using his size and strength. It gets a roll and into the hoop.
And even though Zure scored right there, you can see how Gunnar just kept his hands up. He did not jump. He did not commit a foul. That was a smart move to do.
The fadeaway shot with the hook by Gustafson, getting it right back.
Gunnar's winning this matchup right now. He has 8 points to start this game.
He's been really a key player so far. Almost had his total where he had on Wednesday, like I mentioned a few moments ago. Here comes Curtis Bell, the third, taking it to the basket on Ward. Kind of rushed that shot, maybe forced it a little bit. Nice spin move by Nathaniel Ward, taking it up and in. Nathaniel Ward's a guy who might not score a lot, but he brings a lot of mentality to this team, brings a lot of hustle, and it helps the rest of the team. When I talked with Coach Pickens about that yesterday, as Walker gets it underneath.
And also to add to that, Isaiah Cumberland is the same type of player. He comes out, he plays defense, he rebounds, he does everything else outside of maybe just scoring the ball.
Those two players make up of what LTU basketball is. And Gustafson already with 10. And it's a 12-point lead for LTU, approaching 12:40 to go here in this first half.
I really like how they're going to Gunner so early in the game also. Even with his matchup being such a good player on the other side of the ball, they're going to him very early with 10 early points.
Trying to make a statement early on, and we'll see if the Saints adjust to that. 2 on the shot clock running out, and it was still in his hands by Zure when he put up that shot. That's a shot clock violation. You got some substitutions here. We got Colin Nutter, the 6'7" freshman center from Tiffin, Ohio, coming in for the Saints. Got Andrew Wynn back in, Blake Lund, as well as Alejandro Gonzalez for the Blue Devils. Coach Josh Pickens giving Gustafson a breather for a moment. His impressive start so far. Ward in the corner, down low. Gonzalez on Bell, posting up, stepping back, fading away. That one goes off the rim and back in.
And that is now his second time going back to that same exact shot from the same exact spot of the floor. So maybe look for that to be his go-to shot when he has the ball.
Yeah, it's not the easy ones, but ones that will go in. Bell misses it from the top of the key. Blue Devils in transition. Lund. That impressive game on Wednesday against Madonna. Wren. Out to Gonzalez. Ward. Kicks it out to Matthews in the corner. Look, I got handed it by Bell. Put back by Gonzalez. No. Colin Nutter picks up the board.
I really credit how great the LTU defense has been. They're really not allowing any passes to go into the inside for one-on-one post-ups, and they're really defending the rim very well. They're making them force a lot of bad shots, and that is the key to defense when you're playing basketball. Force bad shots and get the ball and get out on a break.
Yeah, they're forcing it to move it around and take uncomfortable shots. You got a foul called on Matthews on the reach-in though, but you like the aggressiveness you saw there trying to get the steal. So got Williams, got it pickpocketed by Gonzalez. LTU moving up the floor very quickly. Ward driving, going up, misses it, gets his own rebound, can't draw a foul, and it goes out of bounds.
But I like the power move he made right there. He went to the power dribble, tried to pump fake, get him up off his feet, couldn't get him off his feet, went up. Even though he missed right there, that is a strong take right there.
I think he was trying to get himself free throws, but the official didn't call that. Only control what you can. A long rebound by Williams. Just a mid-range shot. That's a good shot by the freshman out of Wauseon, Ohio, Jonas Tester. He's been a bright spot early on in this season for the Saints. On the other end, Andrew Wynn misses that one from downtown.
And that's a guy who hasn't even taken a lot of shots yet. He can fill up the score sheet very quickly with the way that he can shoot threes. Like you said, he leads the entire conference with 20 points a game, and he can really get more than that depending on the night.
That three missed by the junior transfer from Macomb Community College, Delano Williams from Mount Clemens. Gonna get that one to fall. Gonzalez from the top of the key, off the board. Went down as Walker. Out to Nutter. They were looking for Tester. Said out to Williams. Bell driving, going up. We have a foul on the floor. Bell, the junior leader, 6'4" forward out of St. Paul, Minnesota. He was the key player last season for the Saints, averaging 15 points and 9 rebounds this season. Last season averaged 14 and 8.
And one thing I really want to point out for LTU, even though they're leading this game 20-8, they're only shooting 39% from the field. So they're leading this game by this much, and they're only shooting 39%. So imagine once these shots that they're taking really start falling.
Yeah. Something I talked with Coach Pickens about that. We'll talk more in just a second as we got another foul. It looks like that is Walker again with 1 on the shot clock. And the thing that I'm going to talk about in a second here is about, you talk about taking those quality shots, some of them not going to fall, but you can only control what you can control. When I talked with Coach Pickens about that, and even if they're quality shots, they won't go in all the time. But if you're taking that second, taking a second to think about what shot you're going to take, and it's going to be a good shot, even if it doesn't go in, you got to feel good about yourself.
I also talked to Coach Pickens about that the other night when Andrew Rand went 1 from 16 from deep. He said, I'm okay with him taking those shots. They're going under screens. They're leaving them open. Those are shots that he's going to make on any other given night. So he has to take them no matter what.
That's how you get better, and that's how you improve. As Walker makes the first free throw. And he kind of like the start of this game, be in the right direction, being ahead in this game. If you're LTU, you know, coming off the game against Madonna, a team receiving votes, you kind of feel like you're on top of the world. They missed the free throw right there by Walker and get it back. You kind of get overconfident. When we're talking with Coach Pickens about that, he talked about them after the game, that this is just a step-up win for us. It's not a signature win. Even though it's good that we beat a ranked team, we can't let that overshadow coming into this game.
Definitely, and he kind of told me the same thing. He said, this is a conference where the worst team in the conference one night can win a game.
Blake Lund, he was a catalyst on Wednesday. He knocks that one down from long range. And like I said, they're showing it right now. The basket underneath by Colin Nutter for his first hoop. It's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Pickens of LTU. And taking a look at Lund on how his performance was the other night. He's a sophomore, 5'10", guard from Linden, Michigan, civil engineering major. He had 22 points on 6 of 14 shooting and was 3 of 9 from deep. You know, in that game, both teams really couldn't get any offense going, but Blake Lund got them out of that slump late in the game on Wednesday night. And that was the difference maker late in the second half and then in overtime. It's now 23-11 is our score. Sisawa from the corner and drills it from long range. Sana Sisawa makes it a 15-point game.
And on that right there, Gunner was just able to find him in a corner, pass it right over there, get a good shot. And it was an open shot. He had to take that 10 times out of 10.
Wide open. Can't miss on that. And we got an offensive foul called on the Saints.
One thing I really talked about Coach Pickens with was how SHU runs their offense. They're really big on screens, ball screens, and a lot of motion. He said that's one thing we're going to have to really defend well against, and that is exactly what they've been defending well against. They have not been allowing a lot of open cuts to the basket with the pick and roll.
They also bring a lot of athleticism and skill to the table as Matthews steps out of bounds right by the Siena Heights bench. Coach Joe Pachoda talking with his team, trying to get them back into it. Down 15 early on the road here at LTU. Here comes Bell on Sisawa, out to Zure. Size to the table right now. Williams can't get the jumper to fall off of LTU. Going to reset the shot clock to 20. 7:10 to go here in this first half. 26-11 is the lead for your Blue Devils. Williams out to Bell on Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. Tester for 2, got a lot of contact, falling down on Cumberland, gave him a push, and he's gonna go to the line.
And if you see the defense played by Shamar Matthews right there, he really came off of the screen. He guarded Delano Williams, then there was a pass. He guarded that also. He really kept him in the box, made sure that he could not do anything, and he had to force that pass.
They're gonna take him to earn it at the line, not able to get the first one to go.
Another big statistic I really want to point out right here is LTU only has 1 turnover. To be in this first half, they have 1 turnover. So they've been very careful with the ball.
Not being sloppy with it as Blake Lund drills another 3 ball. What an impressive start so far for Lund. His second triple of the game, and it makes it an 18-point lead for the Blue Devils. Williams can't answer back.
And that's a shot Delano has to make right there. He's open. No one was near him. They really need that point to go. They have to make sure that he makes that he has to make sure that he makes that shot next time.
Forcing turnover. That's a second turnover by LTU. Approaching 6 minutes to go. Zure, it's it swiped by Sisawa, but the official's going to call him a foul.
And I don't think that was a foul right there. I think Sisawa just came right behind as he tried to throw it right over Nathan's head, and he just snatched it right out of his hands.
It's kind of tough right in that moment what the official sees. You got an arm in there, kind of a slapper. Well, it didn't look like it from our end, but they might have had a different angle, closer to the action. That's 16 fouls compared to the Saints 2 here in this first half. Walker, 3 on the shot clock, gets it blocked by Nathaniel Ward with 1 to shoot.
And that was a big block by Nathan Ward right there. He was able to just come, as Isaiah Cumberland he bit on the pump fake. He was just able to come through, swat that away, and now it's only 1 second left on the clock.
It's only 1 second on the shot clock. The other end says 7, but it's 1 second. So it has to be a catch and shoot. Zure, and they can't get a shot off.
I think that might have been a little bit of miscommunication right there. I don't think he knew that it was only 1 second on the clock, because as he got it, he was trying to pass it off to set up something to a guard, but he was just a little too late on noticing there was only 1 second left on the clock.
It's another turnover by the Saints. Blue Devils up 18. Looking to add on more here. Lund out on the wing, moving it around. Here comes Ward, 8 on the shot clock, double team, kicks it out to Sana Sisawa. Not enough on that one, misses it to the right. Tester gets a screen by Zure. Out to the top of the key, Ernest Bell. Not a lot on that one. He had an opening, so he had to take it. Lobbing it up to Gustafson. Too much on that one by Cumberland. Yeah, he liked the idea, trying to lob it up. Play maybe an alley-oop play, but the timing was just off on the pass.
SHU just can't seem to get their offense to get going right now. They're still shooting now 25% here in this first half, and they're just not able to make shots, and it's because LTU is taking away a lot of the space. Just like that play right there, Gunner was able to just knock the ball away. They're not giving up any one-on-one plays. They're making sure that they play team defense.
Absolutely. Now, the Saints will have a one-on-one opportunity. Mohamed Zure will go to the line. The newest addition for Coach Pachoda, the 6'8" junior center from Warren. I mentioned he's a transfer from Oakland Community College, prepped at Royal Oak High School. As the free throw rolls in and out, I mentioned his 36-point performance. He had 9 rebounds and a block in that game against Dearborn. Gustafson was going for the jam, but Siena Heights read that perfectly and broke it up. Williams driving it down the other end. Kind of a little bit of a crazy shot, but that one finds a way somehow, some way.
That was a very tough shot. I didn't think that he was going to make that there. I thought he just threw it up to try to maybe draw a foul, but it ended up going in.
29-13. Ward out of contact off the rim. Sebastian McClellan into the game for the Blue Devils. Playing defense on Walker. Gustafson got a hand on it. He won't get the block though, as there's a foul. 3:58 remaining here in this half.
And to talk about the play at the last end, I love the way Nathan Ward plays his game. He's a very slashing, attacking forward, and he's making sure that he's trying to get to the basket every time. He's very aggressive in the way that he tries to score.
He plays with a physicality and has a mindset every possession, going 100%. Nutter and Gonzalez come back in. Gustafson and Zure will head to their benches. Walker at the line again. Able to get both that time. He struggled to start the game from the free throw line, but.
And that's SHU in general. They're 3 from 9 for the free throw right now.
Yeah. Giving away points at the line. Matthews moves it around. Here comes Blake Lund looking for Nathaniel Ward. Nice reverse underneath his legs and gets that one to go in.
And that was just a good cut by Nathan Ward right there. He was able to go right back door, get the ball, make a reverse layup. And this lead is still, they're up by double-digit points.
A tough shot falling down. Curtis Bell, the third, he wanted a whistle. Not going to get it though. That's his first basket of the day. Back to a 14-point game. Still 3 minutes to go. Walker intercepts Lund's pass, and Lund gets it right back, but he stepped out of bounds.
But I really like how Lund played that. He made sure that he followed him all the way down the court, made sure that he could not get that bucket. And as he lost the ball, he was able to just take it away. He just ended up stepping out of bounds right there. But that was a very smart play for how he played it.
Yeah, good. That was a good play. Like not just giving up on that play after turning it over on the free throw line. Walker short.
And LTU really can have a luxury right now of playing underneath all of these screens because they're just not hitting their shots.
They got off to a stretch where not many shots are going in at the moment. Still have a double-digit lead though. And now Tester stepped on the line. We've seen a few of those in the last few plays. So 2.5 to go here in this first half. It's a 31-17 lead for the Blue Devils. Alex Johnson, Kadarius Flowers with you. Blake Lund didn't get enough on that one from the right wing.
They have to be very careful of giving Blake Lund that shot, though, because that is his shot. Coming off a screen, being able to catch the ball, straight just shoot it, that is his shot. They have to be very careful next time of not giving him that.
Here comes Ward, down low on Nutter. What a play. Nathaniel Ward coming off the bench. Another great shot for him. 33-17. Bell trying to be fancy on Gonzalez. They still have possession though. Williams steps back, fires. Nothing on that one. Matthews has it. McClellan makes some ball movement here. Ward lost it. 2-on-1 break. Going all the way is Williams, missed it. Bell puts it back up for the second chance hoop. Looked like Gonzalez lost his shoe on that play. Getting it back up though, 33-19. Hallett will come back in for Siena Heights. The freshman guard out of Oak Harbor, Ohio.
I really like that steal on the last play from Dalvin Walker right there. He was able to just get it. He didn't make the layup, but he was able to get the ball down to the other end of the court.
Saints a little more up-tempo on defense. Matthews looking for Ward, taken away. They have another 2-on-1. Tester this time on Ward. Got a hand in there, but didn't matter. Just like that, it's a 12-point game with under a minute to go here in this first half.
I think they're just being a little too sloppy with the ball. They're making passes that probably shouldn't be made right now, and they really have to just focus on not making those type of plays.
In and out three by Gonzalez. Wanted that one to drop. Walker on the other end. He can't capitalize from downtown. Bell keeps it in play. Tester moving around. Walker got knocked into in the knee by Matthews. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Walker. Davin Walker leads the Saints with 7 points, 5 rebounds and 3 assists for the sophomore 6'2" guard from Detroit.
I really credit LTU and how they've been playing defense. Even on the times they've made turnovers, they're really able to get back and try to stop them from scoring. So even when they make a turnover or they make a bad shot, they're able to get back in transition and make sure that this team cannot dominate from that standpoint of the game.
That's something they've done really well, Kadarius, so far. And now 1-and-1 here for Walker. Gets it to go through. And they're just going to try to make it a 10-point game. They were down 12-0 to start. They kept their head up and looking to make this a game before halftime.
And even though they've kind of brought this game back, they're still only shooting 31% from the field.
That's something they'll talk about at halftime. Ren got pickpocketed by Walker going up and in, and it's a single-digit game just like that. 33-24. One more shot for LTU. Ren taking it to the basket, up and in. 1 second left. The Saints will be able to inbound. And we're going to end the first half with LTU up 35-24 over the Siena Heights Saints. LTU started out the game strong, but the Saints have made it just an 11-point game here at the halftime break.
If the game would have went how the game started, this would be an even bigger blowout. But through Dalvin Walker, he has really been able to get a lot of steals and get down on the fast break. Even if they haven't made a bucket, his steals have really came up big and clutch for this team to kind of get themselves back into the game.
Yeah, he has done really well from their end. The Blue Devils, what do they need to do in the second half to keep on this lead? They're up 11 right now, but we've seen the Saints making a comeback and forcing turnovers and getting some easy shots on the other end.
first things first, they cannot keep making turnovers because as you see, Davin is everywhere on defense. He's trying to get a steal. As you see, every time they make an entry pass to the high post, he's all over it. He's really trying to make sure that he can get those steals. So that's number one. They have to make sure that they don't turn over the ball and just keep playing how they've been playing. Honestly, the offense has been working. They've been able to get out on a break and get some points. Just continue to play your game and continue to play smart. That's the biggest standpoint. You have to continue to play smart.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what Coach Pickens will talk with this team in the locker room and see how they come out here in the second half. So it's a 35-24 lead for your Blue Devils over the Saints. We'll be back for the second half right here on the LTU Sports Network. And welcome back, everyone, to Don Riddler Fieldhouse, getting ready to begin the second half of play. Your Blue Devils have a 35-24 lead over the Saints of Siena Heights. Alex Johnson and Kadarius Flowers with you on the call. It was a good half for the Blue Devils. Got off to a 12-0 start at 10 quick points by Gunnar Gustafson. Well, then the Saints kind of got it together and making a comeback here, down 11 here at halftime here over LTU. Looking to see how both teams make adjustments here in the second half.
I'm really going to be excited to see how they're going to go to Gunnar here in the second half, because he had 10 points there in the first half. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to go to him now to start this second half.
Starting five back in for both teams. As Walker, the Saints scores with 7, goes down low to Zure over Gustafson to start off the second half, and it's back to a single-digit game.
And that play right there was really made just by Gustafson biting on the pump fake. And then that was able to make a bucket.
He hasn't done a whole lot coming into the game, but we got a two-handed slam by Gunnar Gustafson.
Gunnar Gustafson was able to get that right there, spin inside, and get a big dunk. And that's exactly what you need out of your big man.
That got the building fired up. But Delano Williams on the other end knocks down the mid-range jumper, 37-28.
And to mention, that's his first 2 points of the game. And this is a guy the last couple games who's been scoring right around 20 points per game.
Out to Gonzalez for 3, off, rebound by Williams. That was his second basket. He had that crazy shot wanted to mention earlier, so wanted to mention that out there. So 37-28. That one couldn't go in there by Zure.
I really like how Gustafson is really defending Zure. Anytime he touches the ball, he's just going straight up. He's making sure most of the time he isn't jumping, so he doesn't draw foul. He's just going straight up, making him have to go over his arms to make those hook shots.
And that's a second foul on Zure. He only has 4 points today. And looks like we got away from the ball foul on LTU on Wren.
I think that may have been an illegal screen. He set the screen for Gustafson to go right over the screen, be able to catch the ball and get the layup. And I think he just set an illegal screen right there.
He's only held to 4 points right now. He does have 6 boards compared to one of his recent outings for Andrew Wren. So that's one of the bright spots for this defense of Siena Heights is now allowing him to reach his mark. He had 16 in the game versus Madonna on Wednesday night. He struggled late in that game.
I really want to point out that block made by Gonzalez. He was really able to just put his hand up, get that block, and then also the save by Lund to put it right back in to Isaiah Cumberland.
Cumberland, speaking of him, missed that 3. It was a good play you mentioned down the other end. Williams, that one from the free throw line, no. Gustafson picks up the board. Gustafson with his 3rd rebound.
I don't know if that's Delano Williams' favorite shot, but he's consistently going back to that same shot. He takes about 2 dribbles inside, pulls up right around the free throw line. He's consistently going back to that, so maybe that's something LTU has to pick up on and make sure that they're cutting that lane off.
Right low post shot by Gustafson makes it 39-28. On a lucky bounce in by Delano Williams, about 12 feet from the basket, makes it 39-30. Gonzalez down low, spinning on Bell, going up. No, Gustafson with a putback, couldn't get it. Gustafson with another, actually Gonzalez with another rebound, couldn't get the bunny.
He has to make that next time. Gustafson was really able to just tip it right back to him, and then he took it out of SHU's player's hand and was able to just have the bunny, and like you said, he just missed the easy bucket.
The Saints have it 3.5 into the second half. 10 on the shot clock, missed shot by Bell. Bell really hasn't gotten really much tonight. Gonzalez in the corner, no. been a cold stretch right now for the Blue Devils. Davin Walker trying to get Zure for a post-up. Floats one over to him. On Gonzalez, gets it back out. 12 on the shot clock. Walker going past Gonzalez. Couldn't get that one to fall. And he's going to just pick up a frustration foul. And Coach Pachoda not happy about that. Nutter will come back in. Ward and Wren also back in the game for LTU. Like he was going up for the shot, kind of upset he missed it, and then just fouled Gonzalez out of frustration.
And if you see to start the second half, they're really trying to go to Zure one-on-one every single time. They've came down and really tried to get it into him so he can go one-on-one against his matchup. And whoever it is, whether it's Gunner, whether it's anybody else. But it just hasn't been working because everybody's been able to play good defense on him.
Gustafson got it taken away, double teamed. Saints trying to capitalize on these turnovers. Really haven't done a lot. Tester to the rim, and they're going to call a foul on Gustafson. Looked like they thought they were going to call goaltend because he touched the net, but instead he's going to go to the line for two.
I didn't think that they were going to call that a foul. I thought it was a block, but like you said, it may have been a goaltending, even if it wasn't a foul.
And it looked like I saw his hand like touching the net. Cumberland will come back in. That's 3 fouls on Gustafson, something to keep an eye on.
And now to look at the lineup that's on the floor, they're really kind of going small ball with the biggest defender on the floor being probably Isaiah Cumberland at 6'5", who kind of plays a guard/forward role.
Reversed by Wren, not enough on it. It's an 8-point lead after that split by Tester. Tester with 5 in the game. Going down low to Nutter. Good deflection there by Ward to Wren. LTU going up the floor very quickly. Wren had contact, didn't get a whistle. All the way down the other end is Tester, who lays it up, lays it in, no problem. And just like that, it's a 2-possession game, and Coach Josh Pickens is going to take a full timeout.
And I know he has to be upset about that because one thing he preached to me before the game was we cannot let them get out on a break. They're a very athletic team, and that was just a plain leak out right there. He was able to have his player on the other side of the court and have that easy bucket.
Yeah.
And they've now got the lead down to 6, whereas to start the game, they were losing by double-digit points.
Yeah, it's been a story of the game so far. 10 turnovers now for LTU. They started the game with just 1. Only 3 of 16 from the 3-point line. Siena Heights hasn't made a 3 in this game in 9 attempts. LTU is winning the rebounding battle though by 10, but Siena Heights is making the key plays right now, forcing turnovers. Even though they're not getting every shot to go in, they're still being very competitive down the floor.
And to point out that stat you just said, they're winning by 10. They're winning the rebound battle by 10. And that's without Gunnar Gustafson having a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, looking at it, I think he had like 3 or 4. He has 4 right now, not on the floor right now because of the 3 fouls. Wren from the top of the key, able to knock that one down. That's a huge 3-pointer. Hopefully they can get Andrew Wren the heat up.
And you can't go under the screen against Andrew Wren. He can shoot way too well for that. I don't care what a percentage says about him. You can just look at his game and tell that he can shoot much better than whatever his percentage is.
And there's the first triple by the Saints this afternoon. Belongs to Delano Williams, the junior 6'4" guard from Mount Clemens, one of the newest players coming in recently for the Saints. It's back to a 6-point game. Ten on the shot clock. Wren driving, kicks it out. Matthews trying to answer back. No. Cumberland lost the rebound, goes to Walker. Williams all by himself. Matthews gets a hand on him. And Williams will go to the line.
I think that was a good foul at the other end. You can't give up an easy bucket. That was a leak out once again. And Delano Williams, that was just him one-on-one against Shamar Matthews. That was a great foul. You got to make him go to the free throw line and earn them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, can't allow just an easy layup. Yeah, both of these teams, don't really score a lot in terms of the conference. Looking at it, they were at 42-37 with under 14 minutes to go. LTU averaging only 70 points a game. That's 8th in the conference. Siena Heights has the second lowest total at 68. So both of these teams, well, defensively, as it's now 42-38.
They've now chopped this lead down to 4 points, and that is huge.
Both free throws fall. It's going to come down here to these last few minutes. Wren, step back, fire, three, you bet.
And this may be the awakening of Andrew Wren here in the second half. They need it, and they need this player to start being who he is.
Back-to-back three-pointers for Wren, and now Bell's going to go to the line after they're going to call another foul on LTU. That looks like that's Gonzalez playing straight up. Actually, that's Matthews. Matthews is not even on the floor. So they corrected it. They gave it to Gonzalez.
I'm very surprised they actually called that a foul right there. I thought that was pretty good defense. Gonzalez just went straight up, and I thought that was a great defensive play right there.
The officials have been looking at it very closely, and they got a block by Zure off of Wren. LTU gets it back. 15 on the shot clock. Have a 5-point lead. Wren for three again. Missed it that time. Bell was almost getting inbounds. Lund gets a shot off, and that one will go in. Back to a 7-point game, and Coach Pickens is going to take another timeout. 12:56 to go. And Bell was trying to hold on for it because he was at the out of bounds line and just threw it away to Ward, and then Lund able to get the basket.
And that was really a great play. Lund really made that play happen by almost forcing him out of bounds, just keeping his hands up, and then he was forced to have to throw the ball any and everywhere. He was able to get it. Nathan just dish it right down to your open man right under the basket.
47-40. And especially in this point in the game, when you're in that situation, maybe you could have called a timeout if you're the Saints, to avoid that. He used 2 early timeouts, Coach Pachota of the Saints.
And if you see right now, Lund is really was basically picking him up almost at half court. So I don't know if he's going to try to speed up this game or what is about to happen currently.
They rolled it down there. Now Saints down 7. Walker trouble. Back out to Bell on Gonzalez. 8 on the shot clock. Driving to the hoop. And Ward's going to pick up a foul. Looked like he was going for the steal or the block. Ward not happy with that call. And the Saints are going to the line again. That's the 15th foul on the Blue Devils this half.
And I think Ward was about to, like you said, go for the block right there. He just jumped too early. And I think that may have been what the situation was. He just jumped too early. He thought that the layup was going to go up much earlier than what it did.
Something to keep an eye on. You're 2 fouls away from the penalty, so you don't want to. You got Siena Heights get easy free throws at the line. You got to be able to play disciplined defensively. Gonzalez posting up on Bell, finds Ward. Ward double team down low to Cicero, gets it blocked by Williams. Ball's loose on the ground. Walker keeps it in, gets across the timeline. Now another foul on Gonzalez. They're gonna call him for a push.
You know, I think that was just great defense right there.
Somebody,
He was really just standing in front of him. He had his hands up. I don't think that was a foul, personally.
well, Walker, the ball was loose on the ground. And now we got a foul on the Saints. Walker was getting that loose ball, trying to recover from that, and then runs into Gonzalez. They called a foul on him. What the officials are seeing on the floor,
One big thing I want to point out right now. They have Zure out of the game, and they have Gunnar Gustafson in the game. So it's going to be a mismatch for Gunnar Gustafson right now.
Another on him. Wren gets it off the high glass. As you see Colin Nutter in for Zure right now. It's back to a 7-point Blue Devil lead. Tester from the free throw line. Tough shot off of Gustafson. Wren picks up the long board. Nice dribble move, lost it out of bounds, and it will go to Siena Heights.
I thought that ball got poked out right there.
And
Maybe he touched it on his way out.
I didn't see it touch his fingertips or his knee, because sometimes when that happens, it sometimes goes off your knee. I didn't see it on that play, but it's another LTU turnover.
And we see Lund again here picking up his defender well before the half court line.
Tester moves past him. Bell out to Nutter. They're moving it around. LTU finding their man. That one blocked by Ward. Bell gets it back though, going up and in. He wanted the and one, didn't get it.
And that was a really smart play by Bell right there, just getting the ball right off of that block and able to make that a bucket.
Lund in the wing, drills it from long range. Blake Lund from downtown.
And that's one of the best shooters in the conference.
And Tester, Lund got a little bit too much there on Tester. And they're gonna call him for a grab right there. It's gonna be a 1-and-1 coming up.
A lot of these fouls here in the second half honestly look like tic-tac fouls to me, because I think Lund just sat on that left hand and made sure that he couldn't go back to the right. So as soon as he came across half court, he was ready to just poke it out of the left hand, but they called it a foul.
And be able to do that, but you just want to grab like the arm thing. And the miss free throw by Tester.
And they're now 11 for 20 from the free throw line here in the game.
Wren for three, in and out. Ward picks up the rebound. A chance to regroup here. It's still an 8-point game. Matthews out to Sisulu. That one missed.
Even though he missed that shot right there, that's a shot you got to take every single time. Anytime that ball swings your way and you're that open, you have to take that shot.
Absolutely. Walker's going to pull one up. Off, rebound. Well, that one was going to go in. Looked like that would have been a 2 off the rebound. Wren taking it to the cup. Matthews to the top of the key, wide open for 3. Able to bury it down. And LTU back up 11, and Siena Heights is going to call a timeout.
And I really like how LTU is playing right here. They're swinging the ball right. They're playing good defense. They're doing everything that they need to do to make sure that this lead stays to this lead.
55-44, 9:35 to go here in this second half, Kadarius. LTU's picking it back up. It was a 4-point game a few moments ago, and then it went kind of back and forth a bit, but LTU's trying to pull away again. If they can keep this up, they'll be in a good position to win here.
They just have to make sure that they don't turn over the ball and they keep playing how they're playing. Coach Pickens and me spoke before the game, and the number one thing he says is he likes when the ball moves. He calls it the ball talking, and that's exactly what they're doing here on offense, as you've seen right there with the open three by Shamar Little being wide open.
And just moved it around. They were so focused on down low that they forgot about him. Saints got some work to do, down 11. Tester, long 2, off, and they're going to look. It looked like it was touched by Sisulu, but they're going to say it was off the Saints. So LTU will get it back.
And usually in college, you see teams play a lot of either 2-3, 3-2, a lot of zone coverage. In this game, we haven't seen any of that.
We haven't seen a whole lot, but mostly man throughout the course of the game. Williams will come back in just a second. Matthews will go to the line. When talking with Coach Pickens about him, he's done well as of late. He's been a solid player over the last few games. And looking at his last performance against Madonna, only had 6 points, but he did really well in the games in Indiana against Oakland City and Indiana Kokomo last week. So he's done well as a leader. He's one of the upperclassmen on this team.
And in basketball, it's not always about what you score. Because there are a lot of players similar to maybe Draymond Green in the NBA. He won't score a lot of points, but if you look at the things that he adds to a team on a night-to-night basis, they're much bigger than some points on the board.
Williams on the top of the key 3. You mentioned Matthews. Like I mentioned, does a lot of the other things, kind of similar to what you were saying. There's just some other guys, especially some forwards that don't score a lot. Nathaniel Ward, able to get that one to fall.
Man, he cuts to the basket very well. Anytime he has the ball, he's going to the basket. He's cutting to the basket. He's always an aggressive player. I love the way Nathan Ward plays.
He's been impressive in his first season at LTU. It's 59-47. Only 16 on the shot clock. Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the game. Walker. That's a Hollett. Very long 3. That one off. LTU with control of it. Matthews, right side, going all the way, lays it up, lays it in.
And I really like how he did that layup there. He put it out to the right of his body, making sure nobody could reach it and putting it off the high glass. That was a beautiful layup.
Yeah, perfectly set up and executed by Matthews. Leads back up to 14. Suray and Gustafson will be called for his 4th foul on the reach-in.
Gunnar has been getting a lot of those foul calls where Zure is trying to just post him up and he reaches over and just tries to beat the ball away. He hasn't been getting any of those calls to be almost steals, and mostly of them to be fouls.
It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Zure.
I want to point out Nathan Ward right now maybe has an incoming double-double with 10 points and 8 boards.
I'll keep an eye on that. Zure's free throw goes in and out, but he gets his own rebounds. All the way back at the free throw line. Now back over to the top of the key when he got it. They get another chance here. Zure only with 4 points today. After his excellent performance in his debut, Walker misses that 3. LTU trying to slow it down. Went off the hands of Cumberland Interin. Now he gets it back. Ward. Now to Lund, driving down. Left side, kicks out. Cumberland open in the wing for 3. Got it! Nothing but that Isaiah Cumberland. It's now a 17-point game, and that's his first basket. Lund gets the steal, going all the way, got it blocked. Rin gets it back, couldn't jam it in. Goes in and out.
I love that he tried to go for the dunk right there, though. I love that he tried to go for the dunk. He just missed it. It's okay, he just missed that one.
Walker slipped, called for a travel. Siena Heights calls timeout. 6:17 to go. Leads now back up to 17 for the Blue Devils.
I also want to point out Andrew Wren right now. He has maybe an upcoming double-double with 12 points and 9 rebounds.
Yeah, being as a guard, you don't really see that a lot. Maybe you see that maybe with the assists. That's how most guards do it, but Wren is different about that one.
And typically you usually see Gunnar Gustafson, you usually see him around that 8 to 10-ish range. And in this one, he just hasn't been able to do it, especially with him being in foul trouble here in the second half. He isn't able to be on the floor as much, so that's why he's only has 4 rebounds, but it's been more than a couple people picking up in that. Andrew Wren has 9, Nathan Ward has 8, Shamar Matthew has 7, and Angelo Gonzalez also has 7.
Yes, and that's been a huge reason why they're winning the rebounding battle now by 12. As we look at it here, 43 to 31. They're shooting now 43% from the field, 26 of 61. They're going to just look to take some time here, not allow the Saints to come back. Wren driving, kicks it out to Cumberland. All open in the corner. Nothing on that one. Wren gets it short on the putback try. Williams on Cumberland. Out to Bell. Looking for Nutter into the hands of Matthews. On a fast break. Down low to Cumberland. Lays it up and in.
And I really love the defense Isaiah Cumberland is playing on Delano Williams. He's really not giving him much space. Now there on that one, as I'm saying that, he gives him an open 3. But the defense he's been playing on Delano Williams when he's been the main one guarding him has been really taking all the airspace away from all of those pick and rolls and making sure that he can't be the guy who's going to beat them.
And they kept Williams in check. You know, with 17 tonight. Ward takes it to the hoop, gets it off the board, into the cup, and it will go to the line. LTU now up 68 to 50.
And to point out, Andrew Wren now does have that double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds.
He started out the day a little slow, but has picked it back up here in this second half. With Ward now at the line, it's it down. Ties their largest lead at 19. With 5 minutes to go in the game. Williams from the free throw line. Nothing but net.
And that's the shot he's been going for all day, around that free throw line, taking about 2 or 3 dribbles into the middle and making sure that he can make that shot.
69-52. Ward's going to pull one up. Missed it off the top. Siena Heights has to hurry with only 4.5 to go here in this ball game. Zure out to Bell, top of the key. He fills it up.
And on that play right there, he had to think about shooting the 3 first before just sitting there and taking it.
Matthews in trouble, has to get out of it. And it's going to be called for a double dribble.
I'm very surprised by that because SHU knocked that ball out of Shamar's hands, and he was able to get it back.
I'll move on to the next play. Zure down row. Out to Bell. Bell thinking about a 3. Now takes it. That one off. Zure gets the board. Not a lot of time left, under 4 minutes to go. Zure posting up on Ward, and now he'll go to the line as Ward's called for the foul. It was after the shot went off. They're going to call a push on him. I didn't see that. Now Zure will shoot 2.
And even though Nathan Ward has given up size in that matchup against Zure, he's playing very well in the way that he's guarding him. Even on that right there, I didn't think that was a foul personally. He went straight up with him. Didn't even jump on the shot. So I'm very surprised they even called that a foul in the first place.
Zure is now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. They need to capitalize on these free throws here if they want to get back into this game. And misses both.
And coming into this game, I thought Mohamed Zure was going to have a really big game, especially him and Gunnar Gustafsson matching up together. And he only has now 4 points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, he's been held in check after that 36-point performance. And now the Saints will call a timeout. It's going to be a full one. And it's still a 14-point lead for LTU. Game's not over yet. A lot of things can happen in this short amount of time. So it's far from over. They just got to be able to just have the mindset of finish this one out. They got a lot of huge games coming up. They got Cornerstone on Wednesday on the road, and then they go to U of M Dearborn next Wednesday, the 18th, and then at Indiana Tech, January 21st. So those are 3 huge road games coming up. You got that win against Madonna this past week to get some momentum back. If you get one here against an improved Saints team, also trying to turn their season around, you will feel really good going into that road trip, having some wins on your back and some momentum going on. But they got to finish this one out here and take care of business right now.
1,000%, and like you said, they have to finish this game out. They have to make sure that they finish this game out. If I'm LTU right now, I'm telling my team, let's slow down the offense. Let's eat up this clock and let's make sure that we can still get some high, efficient shots, but let's slow the offense down a lot.
It's 3:35 to go. LTU up 14. The Saints are 1 foul away from the double bonus. LTU 1 more foul. Siena Heights is trying to get 1 more foul here, and they do. So 2 free throws coming up for Bell, Cumberland. And you mentioned they just put their hands up most of the time. I'm thinking like they didn't fully do it. Gustafsson will be coming back in just a second.
And I really want to point out how Nathan Ward has really been guarding Mohamed Zure. Here on this last possession, he was hounding him, fronting him, making sure that he can't be the one to get that entry pass because he is giving up that size on the inside.
Ward's done really well. There's been the fouls calls that he didn't agree on. So Bell goes 1 of 2, leads down to 13. Gustafsson back in, has to be careful with his 4 fouls, posting up on Zure right now. Cumberland has it. Wren gets it back, lost it. Ball's loose, out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Blue Devils, only 6 on the shot clock. Matthews gets a quick breather, now comes in for Cumberland.
Jonas Tester was really testing Andrew Wren right there when he got that ball towards the sideline.
Yeah, this team down. They need to get the ball back as soon as possible. 3 to shoot Lund, and they call a foul on the shot. Delano Williams not happy with that one, and it's going to be 3 free throws for Lund. They were just making sure his foot was behind the line, so it will be 3 free throws.
And to add to this, he's a 90+% free throw shooter. So I think all 3 of these shots are probably more than likely going to all go in.
Lund mentioned out his performance today. as he gets a second one to drop. 13 points for him, 4-7 shooting. You know, he came off that impressive game, his career high again in the Madonna game. And it's now 72-56.
And it really hasn't been one person dominating all the points. They have 4 people in double digits right now.
Done well in that department. Tester for 3, and touches the top. Touches that netting right there. So we'll go back to the Blue Devils.
With 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. Right now, if you're SHU and you're still looking to win this game, you have to go pressure the ball. You have to go and pick up the ball handler as soon as he touches the ball. You cannot let him dribble it out and come up to half court and now set up an offense.
Yeah, we haven't seen any full court pressure, and now we see Walker and Tester. We haven't seen like a full court press. Oh.
Nice job beating the press right there by Shamar Matthews.
Now they could just take some time. Being up 16, Walker trying to get the steal out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Saints. Gustafson was trying to be worried not to pick up that foul because he would have been out of the game if he got an arm on Walker. So you really have to be careful on that one.
I really want to give credit to Dalvin Walker today. He has been great on the defensive side of the ball. He maybe has 4 or 5 steals in this game.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot for them. Coming in now, he has 10 points on the game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for him. And LTU going to go to their bench in just a second. In the final 2 minutes of this game, Wren guarded, a little reverse layup by Lund off. Gustafson gets it back. It's going to be a jump ball, going to stay with the Blue Devils.
I like what Andrew Wren was doing right there. He was really trying to waste out time. You could tell he had his back to his defender, really just pounding it on the floor, and then he was able to find Blake Lund on a backdoor cut. He missed it, but great rebound by Gustafson right there.
He comes off the floor. Gregory Wilkinson comes in. Sebastian McClellan comes into the game. We're going to have some more subs in just a second for the Blue Devils. With this 16-point game, Wren could be called for a carry. I'm not sure about that one, but in this stage of the game, got some more subs in here. Lake McIntosh, the freshman guard, 5'9", out of Canton, as well as Parker Chapman from Toledo, the 6'3" junior forward, comes in.
And as you can see, LTU has just brought in all of their bench players, so they really think that this game is probably over.
Oh, a blocking foul on Chapman. There'll be 2 shots coming up.
I thought they were going to call that a travel, personally.
Spencer Botheus is going to come in for Wren in just a second. He's a freshman 5'10" guard from Heartland. Siena Heights still has their starters out on the floor. No. This is going to be a huge win once again for the Blue Devils in this final minute 27 left. As they missed both free throws, Chapman couldn't keep it in bounds on the rebound. And it looks like the Saints are going to call a timeout we'll see if they make some subs. Looking at it here, the Blue Devils, where they were coming into today, as I'm taking a look at the standings here, Siena Heights was tied for 9th with Uno, being at 2-6 in the conference today. LTU in the 7th spot, right behind Concordia by a half a game. So they'll be looking to get to 5-4, 10-7 overall on the season. They got really 2 huge games in their next 3 matchups. At Cornerstone, who's receiving votes, at U of M Dearborn, and then at Indiana Tech, who's number 16 right now. So those are some very huge matchups on the road, and then they'll come back home on the 25th against Concordia, and then they'll host Madonna on the 28th here at the field house. So this is going to be a huge stretch of games for Coach Pickens' team. Oh, they finished 7th in the conference last year. Want to try to get a higher seeding this year.
Hopefully we can get into that tournament this season.
They're trying to want to host at least a first round game here at the field house. But it's going to take a lot of work and some outside help from other teams as well. So there's still a lot of basketball left this season. Anything can happen from this point on.
In the second half, there has been a lot of fouls called. LTU has 10 team fouls here in the second half, and honestly, I think a lot of those fouls were maybe some ticky-tacky fouls where they're trying to throw entry passes, and the man is just plainly just not letting them catch that ball.
Zure at the line, he hasn't been able to capitalize on these opportunities.
He's 0 for 5 from the free throw line here today.
He gets his first one now, 72-57. We'll see if the Saints try to foul here and they get it taken away. Walker driving, now he'll go to the line for 2. It's not over yet, still a minute and 11 to go.
That is now the 11th team foul for LTU here in just the second half.
Yeah, Botheus was in trouble. He thought they were going to just foul him. It would have been a 1-and-1 for LTU. As Walker gets the first one to drop. They'll play Concordia on Wednesday at the Siena Heights Fieldhouse for the Saints. Concordia right now a half a game above LTU as they were at Indiana Tech today. 72-59. Now they foul McIntosh. Minute and 7 to go. It's going to be a 1-and-1.
Davin Walker has been great on defense here today. He's really been the only person, if any, picking up full court, trying to make sure that they speed up the game. And he's came away with a lot of steals, a lot of deflections, and everything else that they had to do.
He missed a free throw. Wilkinson, though, got the rebound. So now they're going to just try to run this out. McIntosh, long pass to Bell. On the ground to Walker. Going out to Tester. Now to Williams. Williams, shot off. Wrong rebound, picked up by Botheus. Now they're going to just hold it on here. 36 seconds. Chapman kicks it out to McIntosh for 3. That one's off. And it'll go out of bounds with 31.1 to go. Gonna be one more opportunity for the Saints. Try to get it within 10 or 11, depending on what they do here. Bell out to Walker, out to Zure. Zure over Wilkinson, shot is good. They have to stop the clock. I think there should be like an extra second and a half, I think. It should be like 16, it should be like 16.7, I think. We'll see what they put on the clock. They're gonna put 17 seconds. 72-61. Out of here at this point, LTU, we're gonna just get across half court. And they're gonna pick up another win, their second in a row. Get their first win at home in 2023, picking up a 72-61 win over the Siena Heights Saints. An important win after that momentum win against Madonna on Wednesday night. Didn't let that one overshadow this game. They kept focused for the entire 40 minutes and got the job done here today, Kadarius.
And in the first half, they came out and they were absolutely dominating to start maybe the first 12, 13 minutes. And then they kind of lost a little bit of the momentum, but here in the second half, they came out, they made sure that they got it done. And they were a really good team all day. And like I said, it wasn't really one person dominating all of the points. There were multiple people. They had 4 people in double digits. They had one guy with a double-double. They had another guy with Nathan Ward who had 13 and 9. Shamar Matthews had 7 and 8. So it was really just a team win.
Yeah, it absolutely was. They held Siena Heights to 61 after they scored 106 in their last game. So the defense was solid in that part. Got to feel good heading into this road trip now. 3 huge games. Those are must-wins for LTU heading into it here.
And I think the biggest thing about today was they were able to keep Zure away from being a guy that was going to dominate this game. Like you said, he came off that 36 and 9 game. So coming into this one, I know he was looking to have another big one, and they were just able to keep him in check and make sure that he wasn't going to be the dominant player that he was in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Blue Devils will be heading on the road and before they come back here on Wednesday, January 25th against Concordia. So that's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Over the Saints of Siena Heights University. On behalf of everyone here at the LTU Sports Network, on behalf of my partner Kadarius Flowers today, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for tuning into today's men's basketball matchup, and we'll see you next time right here on the LTU Sports Network. Have a good night.